Hey guys, Scully here. So for this video, we're just going to be doing a review of the OTS tournament that happened the previous week at my locals. Top four got in fights to the European Championships. So yeah, the deck I'll be using will be the new Mikanko list that I posted for July 2023. I'll put the link in the description below for you guys to check out first. And yeah, so let's jump straight into the matchups. So moving in the round one, we were against Constellar Talor Knights. Deck I've never played against properly, but I know they have the combo pieces to go into a skip your opponent's turn combo. So yeah, you have to interrupt it. The opponent won the dice roll and chose to go first. I know they didn't get the pieces they needed to basically go into that skip your opponent's turn combo. But they did end it with, I'm gonna check the names here because I'm horrible with these names. End of the board was Stellar Knight, Constellar Diamond, and Constellar Cacadius. I'll put them up here. But yeah, end of the board there. They had the face up continue spell that lets them rank up on the board, and they had one face down. And the game moved on to me. Luckily, I had my Kaiju and Water Obelisk in hand, so tributed one for the Kaiju, equipped it with Water Obelisk, returned the Kaiju, tributed the monster for the Kaiju again, leaving me with a Huli now on the board, so everything was non-targetable. We searched the Mikanko rivalry. Yeah, so very simple from there. We had a preparation of rights as well, search for the Ohime. And then, yeah, we just blew it out of the water from there. It was a turn one kill. So very nice for us. We moved into game two. We decided, I didn't really know what to side. I put my Joels into the deck because they seemed to search a bit. And the Constellar Talor Knights. The opponent went first again. Yeah, and I managed to Ash Blossom his searches. Bit of interruption, kind of ended on a very similar board, and again, very similar thing just happened. This time I actually just hard played Rondo from the hand, and then summoned Ohima to control of his monsters, going into Gaia the Dragon Knight and then into Zeus. And yeah, so it was just very nice for us. And yeah, easy game one, and we moved into game two. So move along to game two. Game two was versus Branded, which we all know and love. Yeah, so game one of this matchup, very simple, I have to say. Opponent managed to go full combo. I didn't have the Ash Blossom sadly for the Branded Fusion. So the Mirror Jade was on field. He also got the Masquerade out. So every card I activated was paying life points. Luckily enough, I managed to draw into a Kaiju. So I Kaiju'd the Mirror Jade. And then managed to activate Water Obelisk onto the Masquerade and return the Masquerade for my own summoning of Huli searching out the trap card. But I also had the Ohime in hand, so I was able to pull off some Ohime combos. Long story short, I managed to get 3 attacks onto the field and attack into the Kaiju game. So game one, and that one was very simple. Game two, the opponent sided. I only sided into my 2 Lightning Storms, thinking the opponent would, kind of go first again. But yeah, no, he didn't. He let me go first, which kind of let me set up my Ohime combo onto the field. So I had Ohime on the field, Huli on the field equipped with Fire Dance at this stage, with obviously the Mikanko Rivalry Knife face down on the field, and with the effect of Great Ceremony, banish our setting Arando to the grave from the deck. The opponent took his turn, managed to play Branded Fusion, didn't have the Ash Blossom again, but I managed to use the quick effect of Ohime in response to Albion to steal the Albion with Mechanical Rivalry. And yeah, the opponent just kind of said, I don't know what your deck does. I scoop. So Branded, game two, very easy. I think I managed to get away with stuff because the opponent didn't really know how the Mikanko turn one went. If I went first. So yeah, managing to steal the Albion and then the opponent just scooping. So yeah. So we move into round three. Round three was against Vanquish Souls. It's a deck I haven't played much against. I have tested against a little bit, but I really needed to test against it a lot more to understand basically everything how it went. We were against one of the guys from local, so shout out to Mafia if you're watching. So we moved into the game. Mafia won the dice roll and chose for me to go first, as he knows how the deck runs. We played against each other a few times now, but he hasn't played against this specific list. So luckily enough, I opened up fantastically. We had the Ohime on the board, we had the Rondo sent to the grave, we had Huli on the field equipped, And we had the Mikanko Rivalry now face down to the Huli, but we also managed to have an extra form of interruption through the hard drawing of Purification Dance, now equipped to the Ohime. So they've moved to the opponent's turn, and yeah, we just managed to interrupt him a lot, taking control of his monsters through chains. So we activated the trap cards to target to equip Axe of the Fools. It chained I believe it was Mad Love or one of the other cards to bounce back to hand, but we managed to then chain the Ohime to get control of it. Just a lot of chain interactions, and we managed to pick up game 1 very nicely. So we both sideboarded and we went into game 2. This time the opponent choosing to go first, ending the board with Vanquish Rock on the field and a heavy board on the field, and letting them draw and 1 face down. Sadly, I drew a lot of spells, and I forgot this deck Eradicator Epidemic Virus. So standby phase, Epidemic Virus was activated, which sadly destroyed all my hand. Yeah, I couldn't do much. I remember drawing into a Water Obelisk, and this is great, but then I had to discard it. So yeah, game 2 was a quick scoop after that, and we moved into game 3. So game 3, I was terrified. I was terrified of this Epidemic Virus. I sided in my Drolls were still in the deck from game 2 sideboard. We sided in 3 Cosmic Cyclones, and we sided in 3 Royal Decrees. I minimized the deck down to as much as I could spare in the form of 1-ofs and 2-ofs. So Harry went down to 2 from 3, Huli went from 2 to 1, maybe our story went from 2 to 1. We removed the ritual spell, Kagura. We removed everything like that. And yeah, we just had to sideboard in. We had to get this Epidemic Virus out. I drew and yeah, didn't draw a single sideboard card. But again, we managed to set up a wonderful interruption board. We managed to have the Ohime, the Rondo, the Trap card, the Huli on the field for non-target, and we had the perfect deck, well, basically perfect board if we didn't have to go against Epidemic Virus. So we managed to do our interruption, but Mafia played it around it perfectly. To end the board kind of with his heavy board on a face down again. And yeah, the Epidemic Virus me, and it sadly ended in a scoop. So yeah, we moved into the first loss of the tournament. We were now 2-1. So with a loss under our belt now, we moved into round 4. We had to win the next 2 rounds basically to get our top 4 invite. So we moved into Dinos. Yeah, Dinos in round 4, which was a nice change of pace. Dinos tend to build a big board in the form of something like Ultimate Conductor Toronto and Warlord Savage Dragon and a Kaiju player. I love big monsters in the field. But luckily we drew the nuts in game 1. The opponent managed to actually do that. He ended the board with Warlord Savage Dragon, Ultimate Tyranno, and 1 set card. Luckily we had our Lava Golem, so we managed to Lava Golem it out and go into our 3 Mikankos and attack for game. It was very nice, very simple, nothing very exciting about the game. The opponent did show us his back row. It wasn't evenly matched, so sadly for the opponent he couldn't activate it because he was dead. So we sideboarded into game 2. Game 2 against Dinos, I said there can be only 1. And I said in my Drone Lockbird as well. So we moved into game 2. The opponent chose to go first, and the opponent activated Terraforming, which I managed to Ash Blossom. And then he only set 1 card in defense mode. Yeah, so the opponent really didn't draw much. On our hand, however, we had Preparation of Rites, the Fire Kaiju, and there can be only 1. So we managed to tribute his monster for his the Kaiju. If you know this Kaiju, the Kaiju is a dinosaur. So we set they're going to be 1 and set up our interruptions. We managed to deal 3,000 damage with just the Ohime this time around. But we managed to send Rondo to the grave for any control shenanigans we needed to do. And the opponent drew and scooped. He couldn't do anything because of the dinosaur on the field. Yeah, so he was under the lock of the Kaiju, and there could be only 1. And yeah, so very nice draws in game 2 for the win. Then we moved into round 5. So we move into round 5, everything to play for. We win round 5, we get our top 4 invite. We placed 3rd or 4th depending on tiebreakers. Our previous opponent who just beat us had won the round 4, so everything was looking up. We moved into the game, and sadly it just wasn't meant to be. Yeah, our opponent was running the deck. I had no idea how to counter, and yeah, I didn't have the game knowledge of it. What that deck is, you may ask. This deck was Adventure, Mikanko, Phantom Knight, Punk. No idea how to counter this. The opponent went first in game 1 and done his full combo piece. We had no hand interruption, sadly, in the form of our Ash Blossom. End of the board with is Appaloosa with Warlord, Savage Dragon, and Baron on the field. Very big board and a few face downs in the back row. Sadly, we never drew into our lava guns. We never drew into our kaijus. We drew into our water obelisks, which were negated by the Baron. We drew into Ohima, which is negated by an Ash Blossom. Yeah, very hard game one. It was just a quick scoop for us, really, and moved into game two. So game two, we decided in there can be only one. Our opponents showed that there was a lot of warriors in the deck. At this stage, we had no idea about the punk section of the deck. We knew Phantom Knight, Mikanko, and Adventure. We'd set up our usual go first interruption. So we had the Hooli now equipped onto the field. We had our Ohima on the field with Rondo in the grave. On our face down, their Mikanko Rivalry for the interruptions from the deck. So our opponent went first, or sorry, we went first and set that up. Our opponent went second and went first turn. First thing he did was special summons Griffin from the hand, which is the Adventurer card. Which, if they control a token, they have a negation. We had to take control of that. So we took control of it with Rondo from the grave through the Ohima effect. And then our opponent normal summoned Hare from the hand, trying to equip it with equip card. We managed to negate the search through the use of the trap card for the Axe of the Fools. So we thought, great, we managed to get a negation off the board, we managed to negate search. And then emergency teleport happened. Yeah. Emergency teleport pulled out a punk card and it just went the hell and back. I managed to set up that link forward against everything on the field through the special summon of Phantom Knights and special summon of the punk cards. And yeah, we sadly just lost. Broke over the board because obviously the Mikankos now could be destroyed at full damage. So sadly, it wasn't meant to be in game 5. We ended the day 3-2. So that's it for the games, guys. Quick look back on all the games. I believe I played well throughout all of them except for game 5. Game 5. Game 1, couldn't really do much, but that game 2 in the round 5, I believe I could have used my interruptions better if I had the game knowledge. I believe, Ash at an inappropriate time. I believe, maybe I couldn't have taken control of the Griffin, taken control of someone else. I could have access foods to different targets. Just, my game knowledge wasn't great to deck. It let me down. So it's up in the review and come back for next time. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I know it would have been a long one. Considering we're not reviewing any decks or any combo pieces, but we are reviewing the games themselves. And to me, that is an important part of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's an important part of any game, really. Review your wins and review your losses. See what you did well, see what you did bad. And for me, as I said in the previous section, I did very poorly in my last game. But I'm reviewing it. I'm going back. I'll know for next time. I'll study the deck, know where I went wrong, and hopefully perform better. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And make sure to follow and subscribe for more content. And we do have Duelist Nexus coming out now, so we will be covering a Duelist Nexus list as well as other decks this time around, because there are a few decks I want to play around with. We do have 2 Mikanko decks this time around. We will have the Kaiju list, but we will also have a control list I'm testing out. And we will also have a Virtual Worlds list coming out, which I will be messing around with. So yeah, if this video does well enough, guys, I might do this every week, once every Monday after locals, and review some games. I usually do it privately, but it was no OTS tournament, so I thought I would share. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.